And now, EIV Sports.
Guys, let's dive right into your EIV Sports. The Boston Celtics are officially your Atlantic Division champions. The pursuit for their 18th world title is still alive after Saturday night's victory against the New Orleans Hornets. Boston was down by as much as 16 against the Hornets, and with a fourth quarter rally, the Celtics clinched the division crown as well as a spot in the playoffs. Currently, the Celtics are tied for first in the Eastern Conference standings after their win against the New York Knicks in what was a very physical contest. Right now, they're playing the Memphis Grizzlies. The score is 59-58 at the end of the third quarter. Celtics are on top. Several major trades to report on tonight. The Carmelo Anthony saga is finally over, and he's on his way to New York. Anthony now packs his bags and travels 1,600 miles in 5,280 feet. That's 1 mile down to the Big Apple, where he will join Amari Stoudemire with the New York Knicks, and it came at quite a price. As you can see, the trade sent Wilson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Danilo Gallinari, Timothy Mozgov, and a 2014 first-round draft pick to the Nuggets. Anthony goes to the Knicks along with Chauncey Billups, Anthony Carter, Ronaldo Bachman, and Corey Brewer. The NFL has entered its first lockout since 1987, and it may now go to court. Former members of the dissolved Players Union have filed an injunction against the owners for entering a lockout. Most notably, former president of the Players Union Kevin Mawae and New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady are in on the injunction. While this trial will be heard on April 6th, the Owners Association says that regardless of the outcome, they are more than willing to hold out for an entire season. They have allegedly set aside enough money to keep their respective franchises afloat through one whole season without football. And while the dark cloud of the lockout hangs over the NFL and the sports world in general, there is still a draft to be had. On April 28th, the NFL draft will take place at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. Now, normally, the players projected to be taken at the top of the draft go to New York and attend the draft at Radio City Music Hall. But with the lockout lingering, the NFL Players Association may take the draft festivities into their own hands. Tom Condon, the agent of quarterback Blaine Gabbert, who is currently projected to be the #1 overall pick in the draft, says the NFL Players Association is planning on having a party of their own. As a way to make a statement to the owners, Condon says Gabbert and several other top prospects and soon-to-be players in the NFL will watch the draft together and not attend the draft at Radio City Music Hall. Here's what Condon says about the plan. Quote, "It would be the same, but instead of walking across the stage and shaking hands or getting a man hug from a commissioner who of course has locked you out and is insisting on a wage scale, you'd be walking across the stage and maybe get a handshake from DeMaurice Smith, who of course is fighting for you to not have a wage scale and to not lock you out." In the second major trade announced today, the New Jersey Nets struck out with Carmelo Anthony, but they have reportedly landed one of the top point guards in the NBA. ESPN's Chris Broussard is reporting that Deron Williams is to be traded from the Utah Jazz to the Nets for Derek Favors, Devin Harris, and 2 first-round draft picks. While the Nets are giving up 2 of their best up-and-comers in the league, Williams is considered by many to be the best point guard in the league and will fill out New Jersey's backcourt. Meanwhile, the NFL is only adding more changes to the league outside of the fact that it will currently have no football next season. On the chance that there is, the league will be having new rules for all kickoffs. The ball will be moved up from the 30-yard line to the 35-yard line, and touchbacks will still be brought to the 20-yard line. Many coaches and players, more specifically return specialists, are upset. But one coach thinks that the new rule is fair. New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick is A-OK with the new rule. When asked about preparing for the new kickoff format, he said, quote, "It's fine. We look forward to it." Again, that is even if we have football next season. And that is your EIV Sports Update.